listening. Okay. Hello. 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 Oh, shit. Hi. Collarbone.
Alright, Pipsqueak, we're gonna teach you how to rizz up a girl.
Sonic, that isn't really necessary. I'm really not into girls.
Shut your dumb ass up. You're gonna wake up tomorrow, you're gonna walk up to the girl, and you're gonna go, oh yeah!
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, bro, it's mad science. It's
Alright,
easy.
so what I do is I walk up to the Mama Chica, and then I go, Sonic, help me!
What the hell? No, it's like, oh yeah!
Help me!
No. Oh yeah!
Whoa, my head's spinning!
Hi. Oh, wow. Welcome to the suffering of Dave.
The monkey!
Wow. Oh, he's suffering so much. We just, oh my, oh, oh, David, oh, Dave. Oh.
Yes.
He became aware of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, blinds. Oh my god, blinds.
One might say you have too many whiskers.
Oh, oh. Not his whiskers. Thank you, Kerbo. Oh. Oh. That was so... Oh, he suffers so much.
Rester. Can't eat a thing to dinner. No, because Rester, it's an version gardenia.
Gardenia.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Tomato.
Sonata
Not tomato.
in the cushy and the
Cushy.
nose and shoes
Shoes.
and the shoe shirt
Shoe, shoe.
and furs and
Fruition.
oh, NASA people.
People. NASA people. Wait, what? What? Why are we hydrating? What?
As monsters continue to ravage our world, we look to the past for answers to save our future. But
What
what
the fuck is going on?
secrets does this bygone
Oh, dude. What the heck?
era hold?
Here we go.
Hello, I'm Gene Maldonado.
Excuse me? What is going on?
Together we'll venture into the frozen
YouTube is
mysteries of the
breaking.
past. This is Living with Monsters. After the rise of the superfauna in the 1950s, the UNGCC began Operation Earthworm, a worldwide effort to study past mythologies and locate superfauna before they attack. These myths led to the discovery of several monsters. In Peru, the mountain god Varroa.
Really?
Then in
People.
Australia, the giant snake Nazuki. Finally, an underground microclimate in Canada led to the giant carnivore Gorosaurus. Of the many legends told, there was one event that was referenced across most ancient
Maldonado.
cultures.
Borosaurus. Why did everybody say
The
Bor?
awesome leviathans that once
By the way,
roamed
guys,
the
we're
earth
almost at our
battled
goal.
each
We are
other.
almost at our goal.
In the aftermath,
Well, I
many were
say that as
believed
if,
to be
you know,
trapped
like 10%
in a
left.
state of
We are-
suspended animation.
We
It
we
was
can get
believed
there.
to have happened
There's
on a
4
stretch of
days. We can
land
do
near
it.
the North
We can do
Pole,
it.
named Rupus nigra, Latin for black rock. For centuries, Arctic explorers debated the island's existence, as it's reportedly located in heavy fog and a magnetic dead zone. Additionally, the tribes of Greenland warned of a group
Black Rock,
called the
no!
Wachuki. These monstrous snowmen were said to guard the island from outsiders. After the Kismet bomb was used to stop Godzilla in 1954, Irradiated particles from the aftermath were carried to the North Pole. As a result, there's been an alarming rise in melting icebergs. If the stories of frozen superfauna were to be believed, this island needed
Whoa,
to be found.
Anrak, you're doing crazy shit
And
today. You're releasing
Scientists
a
Dr.
really
Quinn
cool
Darien
mod.
and Dr. Carl Majors were selected to lead the expedition to Black Rock.
The big, thank you.
Together, their research helped
Thank you.
understand the superfauna, as well as create defensive
Thank
strategies
you.
against them.
Terror swept through South America as a sinister new monster awakened. UNGCC arrived quickly on site to test their new deterrent system. Thanks to their efforts, Rodan was successfully redirected to a smaller island where they had also lured Godzilla.
It's a draw.
The two were also instrumental in creating Mechanicon, which gave
Mecha-
scientists the
Oh, that's
ability
cute.
to study monsters closer than ever before.
That's so cute. Mechanicon.
The perfect fighting machine is here.
Wow.
King Kong. The armor plate protection of a battleship.
Oh my god.
Join the Mechanicon Training Academy today.
Additionally, there were proponents of the guardian monster theory.
Is
The
that-
idea
Is
some
that bootleg on
superfauna
Hoopra?
had a natural allegiance to humanity.
Since the arrival of Godzilla, we've traveled the world to understand these magnificent creatures. Some stories feature superfauna that would protect humanity in times of need.
One common example being a giant divine moth species. Unfortunately, all we've found are stories and the remains of a protector on Skull Island. But if the legends are true, Black Rock may have the answers we've been looking for.
What? What?
The date
What
is
the
July 8th, 1966.
Oh my god.
After weeks of searching, dozens of military
Whoa.
personnel moved forward into the unknown.
Groovy. Grooving. Boogie. Oh my god, Eternal. Thank you. Holy shit. I can't believe we're gonna hit it. We're actually gonna hit the fucking goal. We only need 2.7k left. Oh my god.
Hey, up here!
What? 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 Ooh. It's a...
These runes here seem familiar, but I can't place it. Do you recognize them?
Yes. Yes. This writing here. Look. It's Atlantean.
Incredible. We're thousands of miles from the ruins. Perhaps this is ancestral land. The graveyard?
Oh.
Possibly.
Oh my god, thank you, Eternal. Dude, thank you for getting us. Is that... is that the airbag? Godzilla's gonna airbend?
Camp Seahawk was quickly established on the shore of the island.
Knew it.
As the crew began venturing deeper, they found more questions than answers.
Mecha.
After a couple of
Mechanical.
weeks, creatures of all sizes were discovered in various states of suspended animation.
Uh-oh.
Some even showed traces of radioactivity.
thought it was another Godzilla, but this may be a different species entirely. Look. See how its skin has a reddish hue and a more pronounced dorsal structure? This is something else. Could even be a female.
Upon receiving news of a second Godzilla, which experts have named Gigantis, an additional team was assembled to assist.
Named, huh?
What they found, however, was unexpected. Camp Seahawk had been destroyed, but few bodies were recovered. The only clues were the footprints of a creature estimated to be around 100 feet tall. Also discovered was a damaged film camera.
Yeah! Look, biggest of Clan Dickus. Oh my god. The Monstars. The Monstars are coming to space, our jam!
Although chances for survivors were low, many remained hopeful, and a rescue operation was deemed necessary. Following the footprints, an incredible sight was discovered. A community of abominable snowmen conducting a ritual to a strange rock formation. These creatures were believed to be the Wachuki. Upon further
We
surveillance,
made
human
goal!
prisoners were spotted
Massive,
entering
big,
the cave with the
giganto
Wachuki.
thanks to everyone.
The rescue
Thank you
strategy
so
was
much.
to attack near the shrine,
So
leaving
fucking
the
much.
Wachuki
Oh
out
my
to a
god.
secondary team to
I
enter
can
the
never
cave
thank you guys
and
enough.
recover
We made
survivors.
goal. And it means
In
we
a
can
matter of
have
days, a modest
we can have
military
another
force from
year of
Greenland
monkey.
had assembled on the island.
Ah.
The Battle of Black Rock could begin.
The Battle of Black Rock. Oh. Choo choo, motherfucker. Choo choo. Oh my god, thank you, guys. Like, honestly, thank you. I am kind of speechless right now. Like, this is great. Thank you. Thank you.
As the military battled the Wachuki, the
Biskull.
secondary team had successfully infiltrated
Biskull
their mountain lair.
has been met. Oh.
Maybe Queen compared to what Eternal just dropped on us, but wanted to do at least a little bit.
Thank you.
Inside, Quinn Darien and other members
Thank
of the
you.
team were discovered in a makeshift prison.
Thank you, thank
Carl
you.
Majors was never found.
Thank you.
It's going to be okay, Dr. Darien. We're cupping the load, and we'll be en route to extraction.
Thank you, guys. Really. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you. Alright.
Air transport is gone. Returning to base.
While the rescue team successfully made it to shore, the monster the Wachuki called Baragon was right behind them. With their forces trapped, there was little hope for survival.
Baragon, no! Why are you being cringe, bro?
It was Quinn Darien who suggested one last radical idea.
Over there! Look!
Wow, the noises are. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow! Wow, it's Gilra! Oh my Oh my god! Oh! The friendly friend! Oh. Oh my god.
Tell them to call off attacking it. It's on our side.
Forget it. The boats are ready. We'll leave it.
Hello there.
Oh my god, that camera model is perfect too. It's so good. I am absolutely elated right now. This is so cool.
Has an explosive. Do not engage.
This is so
I repeat,
cool.
do not engage.
This is so cool. Uh-oh. No! Yes! Yeah, absorb that shit! Oh. Dog Hog under Warcraft Helmet Mushroom King respawn with lasers! Yeah!
As forces retreated, Baragon revealed one last ability that witnesses could only describe as a rainbow of death. Despite the colorful nature of the name, this horrifying attack left the island shore decimated.
Oh, wow.
Baragon, now designated as Subject 13, escaped to the valleys of Iceland. Thankfully, most of the discovered species remained in their frozen state. One megafauna awoke and escaped into the sea during battle.
Gotta get out of here!
Its current location is unknown. In the aftermath, the Wachuki forces seemed all but destroyed. Over 100 lives were lost.
Hell yeah, give her up!
Today, Dr. Quinn Darien is being treated for radiation poisoning and for what doctors believe is a temporary schizophrenic episode. What happened to Dr. Majors remains a mystery. The monster that experts now call Gamma has since become protective of Black Rock, leading to an ongoing conflict as military forces attempt to access the home of the Wachuki. Due to Gamera's behavior and mythical status, he's been designated to the Guardian class as Subject G. The confirmed existence of a benevolent monster has entranced the science community as various parties search the world for more protectors. The collected artifacts of the island continue to be studied. As fantastical as some stories may seem, they're being taken with the utmost seriousness. None of this work would be possible without the bravery of the scientists and military personnel that venture into the unknown with hope for a better world. That will conclude today's episode. This is Gene Maldonado, inviting you to be with us again
God,
soon
that did not feel like
for
it was
another
20
look
minutes long.
at living with monsters.
Oh. That was so cool. Oh. That was so cool. Oh, it was peak. That was peak. That was peak. Oh my god. Oh. I am happy.
You rolling? Okay, good. Miss Darien, can you recount anything about your time trapped on the island?
I can try. They led us into a dark cave, into a room of light. It's hard to explain. Majors was the first to mention having a migraine. He tried my best to help, but that night he was in agony. Soon others had symptoms. The Wachuki watched us closely, speaking in a language I had never heard. I couldn't help but feel we were part of an experiment. Then one morning, there was only a few of us. I am haunted by the thoughts of what happened to Majors. I can't shake this feeling that we upset a natural balance. Only the monsters can protect us now.
Whoa.
It's not an island. It's a ship.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yes, that is the title I'm going with. Dwayne "The Rock the Tooth Fairy" Johnson. He is in movies. Are they great movies? Most of the time, no, not really. Are they memorable movies? I mean, I'd say so. Like you remember they exist. That's gotta count for something. The Rock has saved franchises, and The Rock has killed franchises.
I can
he is
smell
a force
this.
of nature. We cannot stop
Stinks.
him. He's tried recently to escape from the type of films he usually makes. He's been a little typecasted, so he wants to be a more serious actor, and that really hasn't worked out well for him. There's a certain type of movie you expect when you think of The Rock. You
The
might
Croc.
remember him in the Fast and Furious movies, or Jumanji, or hell, Moana. You might even remember him from the Korean romance comedy Pain and Gain. But for every Rock movie you remember, there's like 5 you don't. I bet you don't remember him in Journey to the Mysterious Island.
No, she's cold-blooded and attracted to heat.
That's emasculating.
That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the Rock movies nobody remembers. The ones that were never a part of some big franchise, the ones that were utterly disposable. I hate to use the word, but there really is no better way to describe it. The slop. I want to talk about the Rock slop.
The words
When
rock
you think
slop
of video
are
game
horrible.
movies, you think of stuff like Detective Pikachu, or Sonic, or Need for Speed. You know what you never hear about? Rampage. Probably because nobody remembers it was based off a game, but yeah, it was. There it is. Wait, I've never played this series before. Is this just destruction mode in Godzilla Destroy All Monsters?
No.
That kinda rocks.
It's
We need
2D.
more movies and games about monsters destroying cities. Godzilla can't hog the whole spotlight. Where's my Gamera movie, Hollywood?
Oh
You
my
cowards?
God!
So, I have to be honest, Rampage is not like the other Rock Slop movies. I actually like this one. It's the most entertaining of the bunch, mainly because it has a wolf taking down a chopper. And I'd also say it has the best Rock of them, too. A lot of these movies just have The Rock be a generic hero guy. They need to have an explanation for why The Rock looks like that. So he's always an ex-FBI agent, or spec ops, or military. Something to explain the batshit feats he's going to accomplish, but not really. The Rock in most of these movies is just there. He's so bland. He is action guy. Is he sort of a person?
The Croc
I don't know.
Hyun-sung.
It feels like in every one of these, he just knows he's being watched. You can see the gears in his head turning about how he can look or act as best as possible in that moment.
Come with me.
He doesn't feel like a character, he feels like The Rock, knowing he's The Rock, which makes a lot of the moments in Rock Slop movies just unintentionally funny.
Pretty impressive.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Go where they tell me to go.
Rampage is really the best Rock you're gonna get in this video. The one where he says Marvel quips.
Of course, the wolf flies.
They fly now!
I am so sorry. So where do all these monsters come from? Why is there a crocodile this big outside of Florida? Is this caused by a monkey drinking scum soda? Man, I hope so. All of this is because of an evil corporation.
Not overreacting, Claire. There's a reason we were doing these experiments in space, and it wasn't exactly for the betterment of humanity.
Why would a corporation decide to create a serum that turns animals into monsters? Good question.
No, Spyro!
They call the whole evil serum thing Project Rampage. Imagine if
Tell us
after
how you
Umbrella
really
Corps
feel.
made the zombies,
You
they
really
were
feel
like,
about what?
oh
The
no,
Croc?
Project Resident Evil has gone terribly wrong.
Dwayne the Chode
Hansen
Hansen.
to create uncontrollable monsters. At least in Jurassic World, they were gonna train the dinosaurs to sell to the military or something. Here they just spend billions to make kaiju for no benefit other than to us, the viewer. They say they're gonna sell the DNA or something, but like, who's gonna buy this? What use are the monsters if you can't control them? Speaking of Jurassic World, The Rock is just Chris Pratt, but instead of taming raptors, he talks to a gorilla.
New guy, he no laugh. He cry.
George the gorilla.
George
of the jungle. George is curious. He does sign language, but not like that fake sign language everyone thought Coco did. Oh no, this gorilla has sentience.
I don't need your saving. No. George no saved it. You didn't save me. I was fine on my own. I'm fine.
He knows inside jokes. He pulls a prank on Huey from The Boys. This is all before he transforms, too. The movie just never acts like this is that much of a big deal. It's a bigger deal that he looks like a palette-swapped Donkey Kong than the fact that he is Caesar from Planet of the Apes. It's okay, George is a chill guy. Sure hope nothing changes that. So yeah, the evil Green Goblin gas lands a...
Evil Green Goblin gas? Yeah, I'm just checking something. Oh, that's very unfortunately very funny. Okay.
Across America and randomly infects 3 animals. George, this wolf called Ralph, and this fuck-ass crocodile.
Well, that sucks.
They get big, shenanigans happen, Curious George is now Furious
George.
I am so sorry.
That sucks.
That's the movie. Like I said before, Rampage is a little different from the other movies. For one, because this is actually entertaining. You know, in that popcorn flick kind of way. Rampage is not an art house film.
Holy shit!
But it is a decent movie to air on FX at 3 p.m. right before the day after tomorrow. Something you'd casually have on in the background while cleaning your house. Or you can just watch all the monster scenes on YouTube. That's also an option. The creature designs are the best thing about this. I love how all these goobers look. Especially Lizzie. Yeah, that's her name, it's in the manual. Lizzie has tusks. Ralph can fly for some reason. The plot is really just following these mini kaiju as they wreck up the place and head to Chicago to take out the noise that's driving them insane. That's right, not only did this evil corporation create the Rampage serum, they made a noise specifically to piss them off. What is your endgame here? They're gonna nuke Chicago! Sometimes with these movies you have to wonder what The Rock's power level is. Like, he straight up gets shot, then ignores the bullet after leaving the room. Did he whip out his Pip-Boy and use a stim pack? So yeah, after destroying the signal, George goes back to normal. Him and The Rock team up to bring Lizzie down. George dies.
Oh.
Just kidding. George was originally actually supposed to die at the end of the movie. Something I thought they were going to do because this monkey straight up stops breathing for 20 seconds. I thought it was a pretty bold creative decision to do that. But, no. The Rock literally intervened to give this movie a more cliche ending.
No.
He said, I don't like a sad ending. Life brings that shit. I don't want it in my movies. There's a crocodile the size of a football stadium. We're not making Saving Private Ryan. That's
Come
right,
on,
The Rock,
people would have been
you're
able to
literally
connect
not
with
making
the
Saving
silly
Private
monkey.
Ryan. Unrelated, but one thing I love about that quote is he specifies that Izzy isn't an alligator, she's a crocodile, despite coming from Florida, which means there's going to be a lot of comments trying to correct me because I've been calling her a crocodile this whole time. Well, guess what? Lizzie is a crocodile. No, it doesn't have to make sense. It's the Rampage lore. Fuck you. Hi, I'm Chef Bobby Boobadelli. I had to sell all my important ingredients and cooking equipment.
Yeah, no.
There's a range when it comes to disaster movies. A range I just made up. I call it the wacky meter. Like, you have those movies that play the disaster completely straight. No fun allowed. Like Greenland. It's miserable. Then you have the crazy shit. 2012. Moonfall. Stuff like that.
Hollywood sign. The Hollywood sign is gone.
Even when f***ing billions are dying, who cares? Look at that donut roll. San Andreas falls into an uncanny valley, an unfortunate middle ground where the disaster is too stupid to actually take seriously, but oh man, does the movie not think this is a laughing matter.
Why is everything so quiet?
Rock is mourning his daughter who drowned to death. Oh my god. And then the next he's doing this. GTA San Andreas is about the big one hitting California, the anticipated big earthquake that will sink Los Angeles into the sea. San Andreas is that scene from 2012, but stretched out for like 2 hours. Hell, I think it even has the same plot, too. A divorced dad has to navigate the city to find his family.
In the fucking car!
He wins back his ex-wife in the end, because the new stepdad straight up dies. San Andreas is kind of the perfect example of rock slop. The Rock is a charismatic guy.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
In Rampage, he at least worked because he had a big gun and teamed up with a giant gorilla. The worst rock slop is when The Rock gets nothing. When he is only there because he is The Rock and people will watch the movie. Look at this poster.
Oh my god,
this is about an earthquake, and his face takes up most of the frame. There is no reason why The Rock is in this. Rescue helicopter pilot Raymond Gaines could have been anyone. Jason Statham, Vin Diesel, insert another bald guy from Fast and Furious. Would have been the same movie. The Rock being a big strong man does not matter to the plot at all, because he has to escape the earth collapsing. Can't bench press your way out of this one. The Rock is our no-nonsense hero, calm and collected to a fault. Like, my man, the entire city is falling into the earth. Can you not be a bit more concerned? The Rock and his wife, Mom from Spy Kids, have been drifting apart ever since one of their daughters drowned in a tragic whitewater rafting accident. He blames himself because it was his idea to take the trip, and also he was on the boat with her, and he saw her drown, and his job is to save people in situations exactly like this. And so his wife
maybe it was your fault, Rock.
Mr. Fantastic. And man, he's fantastic. Because The Rock needs to get back together with his wife at the end of the movie, they just make Mr. Fantastic the biggest dirtbag imaginable. He starts off as a respectable, normal guy. Then the second shit hits the fan, he immediately bails on his stepdaughter. It's like the earthquake had the magical power of changing this guy's entire personality. He then goes on a side quest, f***ing over anybody unfortunate enough to get in his way. Too bad you didn't outrun the boat, you idiot. After watching so many disaster movies, you really pick up on the cliches. Paul Giamatti is the obligatory scientist who looks at the charts and says, "Oh God."
Oh God. The chart.
He saw it
coming.
God. He tried to warn us, yet we didn't listen. He's the one saying the most basic exposition about earthquakes anyone with a third-grade education should know about. It's so funny. Everyone in this university classroom is hearing about this stuff for the first time.
Professor, do you think something that intense could happen here?
I'm sorry, did you just ask if an earthquake can happen in LA? Paul Giamatti invents a device that predicts earthquakes, which isn't a thing that exists, but they needed it for the plot. And while he's testing this thing out at the Hoover Dam, of course, everyone dies.
Get the hell out of there!
Man, this whole sequence is something. So his friend climbs up the dam while everything is collapsing, right? Paul Giamatti is telling everyone to run.
Behind the barriers!
Like it takes a scientist to figure that one out. And then his friend stays back just a second longer to save this obligatory girl who is far too old enough to just be standing there. And then he dies right at the goal line. He goes full Pa Kent. So, like, the whole plot is just these two traveling to find their daughter because Mr. Fantastic ran away, right? They finally get to San Francisco, when suddenly, if the San Andreas Fault was the one that shook, why is there a tsunami going into San Francisco? Shouldn't this have gone out to Hawaii? That isn't how these things work. Doesn't matter, though. We need the other daughter to almost drown.
No!
You know, The Rock has to save her to right the wrongs of the past.
Again, it's like poetry.
The last 20 minutes is just waiting for them to not kill off the daughter because we know how this ends. Even after she literally dies. Look at her convulsing. She drowned. Oh my god. She doesn't breathe for like 10 minutes. This isn't cutting it close. She was fucking dead. He literally beats the life back into her like Larry the Lobster. And so our movie ends on a pretty hopeful note, despite like tens of millions dying. And it's mainly because, just like 2012, our main character has now gone back together with his ex-wife. The Rock and his family overlook the bay as the American flag unfurls, and they feel optimistic about the future.
What now?
Now we rebuild.
When I think of sequels that couldn't get the star to return, I think of Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy, or The Tooth Fairy 2 with Larry the Cable Guy. The Rock is Larry the Cable Guy in Journey to the Mysterious Island, which is ironic because he was the Tooth Fairy. Journey to the Center of the Earth is one of those movies you watch a decade later and go, wow, did it really look that bad? Yes, it did. And apparently Hollywood just needed a second one because despite Brendan Fraser not coming back, we got a sequel. This time with The Rock.
We're procrastinating out of fear, aren't we?
Oh, absolutely.
Which means that this was the first instance of Jungle Rock, a trope that would be very common a few years later, a whole genre of rock in itself. But before talking about Journey 2, we have to talk about Journey 1. Not because there's much connecting these two, there isn't, but just look at that. How can I not?
We're still falling!
Do you know Jules Verne? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, From the Earth to the Moon, Journey to the Center of the Earth? Well, what if he was right? What if those stories were real? That's the premise. Also, there's a dinosaur. This movie came out a year before Avatar. Speaking of which, sometimes you'll hear Avatar praised as a theme park ride, which means it looked nice.
Yes, the American flag is a symbol for hope.
Well, this movie is kind of like a ride too.
And French
like
fries.
Shrek 4D. That's not even a joke.
And Shrek.
Like a Universal Studios ride. Those rides that always throw something at you. Your chair moves. There's smell-o-vision. Journey to the Center of the Earth begins with this random guy f***ing dying. It jolts Brendan Fraser wide awake, and he turns to look at that. Turns out this badly photoshopped guy is Brendan Fraser's dead brother who has been missing for years. Nobody knows where he went. So like,
hell,
how did
I
he
guess.
have this dream?
Like, look at him.
How does Brendan Fraser know what the cartoon dinosaur looks like before going to the center of the earth? Is this a psychic premonition?
Look, it looks like he went
Is this
to
the
hell.
work of the three-eyed raven? We never
It looked like
find
he went
out.
to hell.
Ever since his disappearance, Brendan Fraser has been trying to figure out what his brother was up to. But oh no, Seth Meyers is about to cut his funding. He's the clear bad guy, because he doesn't want Brendan Fraser wasting college funds on proving that the Earth is hollow.
It's all I've got left of Max.
It's been 10 years.
What a jerk. Conan would never. Anyway, Brendan Fraser's nephew, PETA from Hunger Games, comes to town, and these two have to pretend to get along despite having nothing in common. Perhaps they'll bond over their mutual enjoyment of the PSP. Hell yeah. After having a breakthrough, these two go to Iceland, where they meet Iceland Girl. That's her name. That's what I'm going with. and they'll all mutually fall into a hole like Squidward in that pirate episode. They fall into a magical world at the center of the earth, filled with wondrous creatures, all rendered on the PlayStation 2. Despite the premise being about a lost world at the center of the earth, the most that really happens is they see some floating rocks, some scary fish, and get chased by that dinosaur. Jurassic Park came out in 1993. After all those shenanigans, they return home by shooting out a volcano and sledding down a mountain in a skull. There's not much of a plot, really. It's more like a series of set pieces. I guess you could say that in the end, it's all about the journey.
It's
a live-action cartoon. Very Shark Boy and Lava Girl-esque, which is another way of saying everyone looks like they're in a video game, and it looks god-awful. But hey, I'm sure some kids really liked it back in 2008, just like how I like Spy Kids 2, despite it looking like that. This was meant to be watched as a 7-year-old in 4D 20 years ago, and not watched at 11 a.m. in the year 2026 by an ever-aging man. You don't need a big screen, though, to appreciate Brendan Fraser. He sure is giving it his all. He is being very Brendan Fraser-y. He yells Sean a lot.
Sean!
He's a very good leading man. He tried his hardest, and I think that's very neat. It also makes The Rock look so much worse in comparison.
They will not stop until you feed them.
Journey to the Mysterious Island is a movie I am shocked actually came to theaters and did not immediately release on Disney DVD. This is a sequel in really name only. This does not have the same director, nor the same writers, not even the same Seth Meyers. Nobody returned except for Josh Hutcherson. Even his own mother left. That's rough, buddy. So, say you're an executive. You're in charge of marketing the sequel, which isn't really a sequel at all. Like, the only guy you have left is PETA from Hunger Games. And yeah, he's grown up, but he's not really leading man material until he fights Freddy Fazbear 2 decades later.
Wait, what, really?
What are you supposed to do? Well, they do what any self-respecting studio does. Get The Rock.
You've got to do this.
And it actually worked. This made more money than the first. How? I'll tell you how. This guy. So, let's talk about it.
Okay, too much happy. That's too much happy.
It's been 4 years since the first movie, and now Josh Hutcherson is a full-blown Vernian. Zathura has grown up to become obsessed with all things Jules Verne. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of Vernians out there, and they send codes to each other. He even gets in trouble with the cops after trying to hack a satellite to crack a fellow Vernian's code. Oh lord. After getting arrested because he thought riding a motorcycle set to Green Day was cool, he gets bailed out by his new stepdad, Hank. So, Hank, who has to go out at night to bail out his loser chud stepson, is thanked by that stepson for his inconvenience with the classic, "I hate you, you're not my real dad."
Hey, buddy.
It's just the first movie again, but instead of a Hollow Earth, it's an island. The Rock can't connect to his almost adult stepson. How will these two bond? Oh, I have an idea. Instead of this Jules Verne novel, it's these two. Instead of Iceland Girl, we have High School Musical. The March of Time has somehow made this movie even more forgettable, like a discount DVD your grandma buys at Dollar General because she thought it was Jumanji. The Rock isn't just Hank, stepdad with a heart of gold. He is really just The Rock. He's the guy that can do anything, solve any problem. Like, he stopped Sean from getting arrested by just showing up. He's not even a cop. They just listened to him anyway. He's just that alpha. That said, The Rock is probably the best part of the movie. He's really surrounded by a cast of boring or just plain unlikable characters. And the worst offender is shockingly Michael Caine as the grandpa. Turns out Grandpa is the biggest Vernian of them all, and he was the one sending the coded messages the entire time. Ooh. I find this development really hilarious because it just makes this whole Vernian world so much smaller. At first I thought there was like a whole group of Vernians or something, but no, It's only this kid and his grandpa who give a shit about this stuff. Despite the last movie never bringing it up, the Andersons were some real adventurers this whole time. Oh yeah, the family's called the Andersons. I forgot to say that till now.
Mr.
And what's incredible
Anderson.
is that the Andersons, this family of Vernian scholars, aren't even that good at it. Sean's been trying to crack this code for a while, and he just can't figure it out. And he never figures it out. They only solve the puzzle because The Rock casually strolls in and deciphers it in seconds.
The island is real.
Are you serious?
When they finally meet Grandpa on the island, Grandpa is kind of a dick.
You're the stepfather. Well, maybe that's why it took so long, eh?
Buddy, he figured this whole thing out. Your idiot grandson didn't.
Definitive proof that you are not an Anderson.
Yeah, he's not an Anderson. He's not related to you. That's how marriage works. The way Grandpa is just so confident in his introduction, you think, wow, this is a guy who has it all figured out.
Why don't you lead the way? Oh, actually, we want to live through the night.
He looks the part, he speaks the part, but, no. This guy is a fucking idiot. You see, the mysterious island is actually Atlantis. And Atlantis periodically sinks back into the ocean from time to time. Grandpa says that it will be years until the island sinks, like 14 years or so. Then The Rock looks at some puddles and goes,
It's
no,
gonna sink.
this island is sinking
This island
like
is sinking like right now.
This island isn't due to sink for 14 years.
I kind of hate this family. Sean acts all cocky and adventurous when the most resourceful thing he ever did in the first movie was just Google on a PSP. I mean, he did unscramble some codes at like 13, but somehow at 17, he doesn't know what coordinates are.
What are those? Coordinates. Longitude, latitude.
How are you just finding out about latitude and longitude? This is your job. Imagine if in National Treasure, instead of having that American Revolution autism, Nicolas Cage and his dad were just frauds. They solve nothing. The Rock is the one who finds the treasure. Now, you might be asking, where is Brendan Fraser? Is he rotting in an apartment? It's kind of weird we're going on a Jules Verne-themed adventure where his nephew is going to find his grandpa, Brendan Fraser's dad, and nobody ever bothers to contact the man or mention his name. Even at the end when his grandpa is back and it's like a big happy family reunion, everyone is here except Brendan Fraser. So, film theory. I'm gonna say that these two hate each other. At the end of the first movie, Sean ends up taking home a few pounds of diamonds from the center of the earth. Yeah, a few pounds. That's like a few $100 million worth of gems. But for some reason, in this movie, Sean can't even afford to pay for a helicopter flight. Brendan Fraser somehow came into enough money to start his own research lab, which isn't cheap at all. This isn't opening a lemonade stand. So I have a theory. My theory is Brendan Fraser just stole the diamonds. He just stole this 13-year-old's diamonds in Minecraft and ran. Nobody in his family ever saw him again. Sean even says something like, "Everyone I knew left me."
I've had a lot of people take off on me in my life.
What does that mean? Your dad died, your mom was, well, recasted, but he doesn't know that. The only person this means is Brendan Fraser, his uncle, his replacement father figure.
Whip you,
stole
buddy.
his diamonds and future and left. The only priceless rock in his life now is Dwayne Johnson. Oh yeah, they set up for a third movie where they would have gone to the moon. They never did.
I'm behind you.
Title kinda says it all. Skyscraper is Die Hard, but worse. It's the Towering Inferno, but bad. I like bad movies. Like if a bad movie is at least entertaining, if it's so bad it's good, I give it a pass. But there is nothing worse to me than a bad movie that's just so boring. Skyscraper's one of those movies. It's tedious, monotonous, a perfectly 4 out of 10 mid-size action romp with a lot of CGI and forgettable characters. But hey, there are still a few differences here. For one, this one has The Rock. He's missing a leg. That's right, ex-SWAT officer The Rock lost his leg after a failed game of Rainbow Six Siege, and he hasn't back on since.
Someone wasn't playing Rookie right.
Now. in Hong Kong, working as a security consultant for the largest skyscraper in the world, the Pearl, a city in the sky.
A
I wanna
city
talk
in the
about my
sky.
favorite character in Skyscraper, the skyscraper itself. More thought was put into this fictional building than making a likable movie. I was obsessed with popular mechanics as a kid, so I just eat this shit up. I love fake buildings, I love stuff like this. Ironically, for a forgettable movie, the building itself is pretty memorable. I actually just saw it in a Metaball Studios video while making this video. They got an actual architecture firm to make this concept. The same firm who made the Burj Khalifa, but like this one's 1,000 feet taller. It's a self-sustaining city in the sky. It's got a park. It's got a waterfall. It's got a big old ball. It's got the most high-tech security in the world, until it doesn't. Oh shit, we got a Nakatomi Tower situation, and The Rock has to stop the bad guys from doing whatever they're trying to do. Who cares? They took The Rock's family hostage. Master Chief helped them do it. That's the plot. There's so many dumb moments you would think I'd find ironic enjoyment out of. Like The Rock using his prosthetic leg in stupid ways. He jumps like 50 feet one time, he kicks a guy so hard he explodes. But like that's it, that's the most entertaining part of the movie. When it tries to be a real movie with a plot and everything, it just wears you down. So, the owner of this building is being extorted by some crime syndicate, right? But he pulled a reverse Uno card and hacked them instead. Got all their names and information. Instead of giving
That's
that
why
information to, you know...
That's why today's sponsor is Banana VPN, the only VPN that's also a banana.
Like a normal person, or uploading it to a
There's
server
the
in
obligatory
case they try to
joke.
come after him. He just put it on a flash drive and hid it in the building. So these really bad guys know where this really bad information is stored in one location. And all it takes is taking down the building to clear their names. How did you expect this was gonna go down?
You need to leave now.
Security alert.
So, The Rock's ex-partner, Master Chief, teams up with them, and it's really funny because you think he's gonna be a bigger character, but then The Rock kills him in Act 1.
I'm The Rock, I can't lose a fight! Rah!
Halo for you. The skyscraper the entire movie gets slowly engulfed in flames, right? All because the bad guys shut down every safety protocol to break into the building. This includes the fire extinguishers. After all the bad guys are gone and explode, they press the fire extinguisher button, and somehow it works. This building looks like this. It should be a husk, yet somehow it can still put out the fire everywhere. How is there anything working within these walls? It's the biggest ass pull at the end of the movie. So yeah.
The Rock saved the entire building because he's The Rock and he's really cool.
Alright, it's boring. Well, I think we learned an important lesson today. The Rock was in some pretty forgettable movies. A stunning revelation, I know. The funniest thing about watching all of these is realizing that they would have never gone to theaters today. If a movie like Skyscraper came out today, that would have been an Amazon Prime original. San Andreas would have been an Apple TV exclusive. Maybe that's for the best. Maybe The Rock needs these mid-sized streaming movies. Because I have a sinking feeling that with each box office failure, we get one movie closer to The Rock running for president. See y'all in 2032.
What's the crowd talking about Persona? Maui from Moana 12.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
If you watch any film set or made in the UK before 1971, you might catch some very strange phrases relating to money.
Ah, you clever boy. Here's a shilling for you.
There'll be some change then.
Crikey, I forgot. Oh, you're 2 and 11 put 3 farthings.
If I give you a farthing, you can give me 3 bob, right?
Oh, yeah.
10 shillings, sir.
Sorry, I got nothing smaller.
Thank you. You've been such a help. I'm still trying to figure out your money.
The fuck's a shilling?
Is that all right?
The fuck's a
That's
bob?
because for centuries, the UK and Ireland used a different system of money to the rest of the world. Whereas today you have the pound sterling made up of 100 pence each, before there was a pound sterling made up of 20 shillings, and each shilling was worth 12 pence. In ancient times, a pound sterling comes from a pound of sterling, or silver, and a shilling, meaning the shaving off of bits of metal to make it easier to carry. So for hundreds of years, people living in Britain or its territories had to work with this convoluted system of base 12 and then base 20 and then base 10 way of handling money. The coins of this system were the farthing, the halfpenny, the penny, the threepence, the sixpence, the shilling, the florin, the half crown, the crown, the half sovereign, the pound. The groat, the angel, the Armani, the fine sovereign, the guinea, the denique, the three farthing, the half groat. I made a couple of those up, see if you can guess which one. It's even worse if you lived in medieval Scotland, who had even more coins like the pistol, the dollar, the rial, the lion, the ducat, the merk, the unicorn, the bawbee, the bodle and the plaque. Those are all real names for coins in Scotland before the Union. Wales was the only sensible one of the three by just having one coin, the penny. Thankfully, by the Victorian era, most of these coins had gone out of fashion, and most people before then were so poor that they never actually saw half of those coins. But imagine being an accountant in the 17th century though. Have fun with that job. No, by the 1900s, only a handful of these coins were left. The halfpenny, which was half a penny, and sometimes called the halfpenny for short, making this word the longest one-syllable word in the world. It's pronounced hapths. The penny, self-explanatory. Threepence or thruppence, which is 3 pence. Sixpence, which was unsurprisingly 6 pence. The shilling, which was 12 pence. This was also known as the bob. The florin, which was 2 shillings or 24 pence. The half crown, 2 shillings and 6 pence. The crown, which was 5 shillings or a quarter of a pound. And the pound, 20 shillings or 240 pence. And although there wasn't a coin for it, there was also a guinea, which was just a more friendly way of saying £1 and 1 shilling. This was so shocked to make it seem like the item only costed £1 when they were actually scamming you out of an extra 12 pence. Also, every single one of these coins had a ton of slang and nicknames, so an American or European moving to the UK or Ireland would not only have to learn this ridiculous counting method, but also all of the slang that goes with them. Let's say you're in the queue for the shop and you have 2 items. One costs £3, 16 shillings and 11 pence. The other costs £5, 15 shillings and 10 pence. Now, in the minute or two you'll be waiting in line, you'll need to work out in your head what is the total cost of both of my items and what is the minimum number of coins I can use to pay for it. You can pause the video to think about it in your own time, but here's how you'd work it out. 11 plus 10 is 21, and because there are 12 pennies in a shilling, that makes 1 shilling and 9 pence. So you carry the 1 shilling, adding up the shillings to make 32. There are 20 shillings in a pound, so that's £1 and 12 shillings. Carry that to the pounds column and you get 4 plus 5 is 9, making in total £9, 12 shillings and 9 pence.
Piece of cake.
Now you've worked that out, you need to find it in your coins to make that amount. What is the minimum number of coins and notes you need to pay for this in exact change? The answer is a £5 note, 4 pound notes or coins, 2 crowns, which is 10 shillings total, a half crown, which is 2 shillings 6 pence, and a 3 pence, making 9 pence. 9, 12 and 9. If you found that too easy, here's the same puzzle, but pretend these are the only coins that you have in your pocket. Have fun with that. Perhaps if you grew up with this system, you'd be a bit faster at this, but it's still an awful lot of mental work that everyone had to go through virtually every single day. If you have a British grandparent, go ahead and ask them what it was like. Obviously, this system is ridiculous. It's overly complicated, an unhelpful way of pricing things, and with the advent of computers, it was going to make the digitization of money a lot more difficult. It was time to change. Ideas for decimalizing the pound go back as far as 1824, and various attempts at it had been done since then. By the 1860s, most of the world's countries and colonies had switched to decimal currency. But as with all things, we had to do it differently to those smelly Europeans because we're British and we're a special island. So Britain and most of her colonies continued using a currency system from the medieval times
until 1971.
In the 1960s, a parliamentary commission on how to improve and streamline the UK financial system returned with the suggestion of switching to base 10 currency. Ireland did the same because after Irish independence in 1922, they had decided to peg the Irish pound to the British pound for reasons we will discuss another time. Some considered changing the name of the currency entirely to the Britannia or the Royal or the Noble, but it didn't catch on. The initial plan was for there to be 100 pennies in a pound and keeping the shilling so that there would be now 5 shillings in a pound. Then they realised they could just turn the shilling into a 20p coin and delete the shilling from their plans to make it even easier. The new pound would stay equal to £1, a crown would be equal to 25p, a florin would now be worth 10p, the shilling would be worth 5p, 3 and 6p would be withdrawn, they'd be replaced by 1 and 2p coins. And with that, the date was set. On the 15th of February 1971, the UK and Ireland would switch to decimal money, like the rest of the world.
Finally.
Some people resisted. They thought the new system was too complicated and nobody would understand base 10 currency. And I suppose that's true if you struggle to count to 10. Side note, a similar thing is actually happening more recently as the UK has begun to adopt the metric system for driving.
Oh wow, really?
Some road signs are now printed in kilometres instead of miles.
Wow, impressive.
And some boomers
Finally.
have taken it upon themselves to tape over these new signs because they think the metric system is too difficult to learn. Some things never change. In the months leading up to Decimal Day,
hopefully
both
America
old and
can,
new currencies
you
were
know,
circulated in
do
parallel,
the fucking
meaning you could solve
same.
that problem from earlier using even more types of coins. That must have been a fun year for retail workers. Some of the more silly coins were withdrawn from circulation to make things easier, like the half crown and the old half penny. Shops began to display their prices in the new system. Booklets were sent to every household with information on how to convert to the new money, and there was even a radio jingle to help people remember.
Decimalization, soon it's gonna be time to change the money around, 'cause we've got decimalization, decimalization. There's 100 new pennies now for every pound.
This was until Decimalization Day, or D-Day, when the old money was no longer accepted in shops. You'd expect there to be chaos or old people causing a fuss, but no, it went by without a problem. The only big change since then is that the halfpenny has been withdrawn from circulation in 1984, because inflation was too high for it to be of any use. Curiously, the shilling has apparently beaten inflation, and would have more buying power now than the 5p coin does today. So maybe we need to get rid of some more coins and bring back the shilling? Anyway, that's the end of the story. Aside from Nigeria in 1973, the UK and Ireland were the last countries to make the switch. Most of the UK's former empire had made the switch decades or even centuries ago. Madagascar and Mauritania are the only countries who don't use the base 10 currency. Their currency works in base 5, but inflation is so high that the base 5 coins are never used. Also, some really old UK banks still use computers from the 60s that work out everything in pounds, shilling and pence. So it's nice to know your entire life savings are in safe hands. But if you're ever watching an old British film, or you've ever been transported back to London in 1872, at least now you'll know what the shopkeepers are talking about when they list off all those strange numbers.
Yeah, American Penny is finally dead. Alright, now it's something. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, biblically accurate Leon. Oh, oh. This is realistic to happen if some Spanish called cat out the prison's dog. That's true, I guess. Freedom in the American way. God bless America! Vámonos. Vamos. Oh my god! What the fuck? Ahí está.
Allí está.
Yeah, this is RE6. It's a rocket-propelled minecart. You see, it's a rocket-propelled minecart. Oh, this is so good. This is so amazing. It's Leon Stan, Rocket Man! He's using the power of the rocket to get up. It's like calling a fucking Call of Duty kill streak. He is the Call of Duty kill streak. He is the kill streak, okay? You just don't get it. Alright? He is the kill streak. He's here to kill streak us all. Oh my god. And then, oh! And they explode. It's really funny. Thank you, Leon Kennedy! And your rocket launcher! One combo, what? Wow! Wow. You did it. You got 5 stars for exploding that entire Spanish village.
You can call me a shitmaker. My job is to make things shitty. The official title is Enshittificator. What I do is I take things that are perfectly fine and I make them worse. More specifically, I make it shitty. I come from a long
Discord hired this guy
of,
recently.
people making things shitty. My father was an enshittificator. His father before him and his father before him. So yeah, it's a proud tradition in our family, making things shitty. But it is
wow.
hard work, and it's not very cost efficient to do it like this. I can only be in so many places at one time. So I needed a way to scale up the business.
Oh my god, what a
working
cock.
myself to death.
What a... Oh!
Just when I
That
needed
one
it,
with the drink offended
solution
me.
lands
Oh, the
right
drink made me
in my
mad!
Enter the internet. All of a
Oh
sudden,
my god!
I didn't have to move
What a
around to
dick!
make things shitty. I could just
Oh.
sit in one place and make things shitty for way more people at the same time. And that's when things really started to move. Got a favorite website? Let's fill it with pop-ups. Preferably scam. Enjoying a video? Oopsie! Ad break! Oh, you bought an expensive phone? Great. Here's an update to make it shitty. Let's say you have 1,000 pictures of your deceased mother. Oh, so sad. What do? I make you pay for it. The memories may be yours, but the photos, they're mine. So it's very important. It needs to be nice at first, but then. Yes. Yes! What do you say? Okay. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Woohoo! Finally. You're not happy with the way something you really liked turned shitty. What do? Contact customer service. Here, talk to completely useless chatbot. No human available. Here's my favorite part. Let's say someone starts an alternative service. What do? We buy them. Make people dependent enough.
Oh my god.
And then
Make it shitty!
Oh my god.
sell me a car.
Well, it's great.
Sold. I'll buy your car. Now what? I don't have any more money. You have me in the palm of your hand. You can crush me. So what do? Updates. Radio, premium feature. Heating, premium feature. Now I have a shitty car and I can't afford a new one. But what I can afford is a small monthly payment. Make it shitty!
Yeah.
The future? The future is looking bright.
Braking is now a premium feature. Please enter your credit card details.
It's not just imagination. Digital services are getting worse. Luckily, it doesn't have to be this way. Yep, that's right, boys. This was a PSA. Read more about in-shitification. Yeah, that was a PSA. Probably one of the best PSAs I've ever seen.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. This is the first line in a book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place, and inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. 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 Over and over, followed by a sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible that a whole mine just appears in your world without your knowledge, but Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed and this world already existed, but when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange.
The book is an embarrassing photo of SpongeBob at the Christmas party!
If anything, they just sound like some crazy rambling. But the numbers at the end are clearly some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and figure out what this book is talking about. Except we can't. The numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And in fact, there's not a single cipher that comes up as a good match for this code. If it is a code, it's unlike any code I've ever seen, and I wasn't able to decipher it. So, is that it? A strange, one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite, because for 2 frames at the very end of the video, Avery's inventory flashes a random pattern of blocks, and this time there is a code, because taking the first letter of the name of every block and capitalizing it if there is more than one, you get a string. A string that perfectly matches the length of a Google Drive link, that when you enter, takes you to a folder. And this
what does mean?
is where the true
Large Johnson Randall coming back on Halloween
of a Minecraft world that doesn't exist. Opening the video named Footage 1, we can see a player in the exact same spot Avery was in the last video, except now he has way more items than he had last time. Presumably this is from his house, and he's come to use this mine in survival as part of this world. The book is now gone from the chest, but it could be that Avery just burned it because it creeped him out, or it's just this book in his inventory. Regardless, Avery lines up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall, but when he does, he finds this. Nothing weird, it's just a cave, and Avery walks in to begin exploring, until he stops and sees this. It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer we can see what it is. Moss and grass. This is immediately a red flag because this kind of terrain does not generate in caves. Avery checks underneath it, but there's nothing else either. And when he runs back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not natural, but not leading anywhere either. It's only when he heads back down the cave does he see it. A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is. A tree unlike any other oak tree in the entire game. Whatever this is, it isn't normal. Avery backtracks a bit, and we get a better look at this shrub, for lack of a better word. And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree. And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. And it's not the only one. As Avery goes deeper and deeper into the cave, he passes larger and larger patches of greenery, coming across more shrubs and even more trees, and even more moss. He pauses to talk at one point, but instead of commenting on the trees, he brings up something else. It's weird, we've only seen stone. And I guess he's right, the walls of this cave don't have any diorite, granite, andesite, or ores, but come on, there's a bigger elephant in the room here. At some point though, Avery's wish gets granted and the cave turns into terracotta, tuff, and deep slate. The greenery gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger. Until finally, Avery reaches the end.
Free.
Avery stops for several long seconds, just taking everything in. The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming a staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery searches around the trees for a few minutes, seemingly mesmerized by the build, and we can see that these gates are made of trees stacked on trees stacked on trees, made of spruce, mud, and oak. But the question here is obvious. What is this place? This kind of terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel, because finally Avery decides to stop sightseeing and heads down the tunnel at the center of the room. Avery walks through the mud brick tunnel, turning to glance behind him every few steps, but of course, nothing is there. The world is set to single player. At least, it seems that way. Until this happens. something is wrong.
Say hi,
It's almost
Lily.
impossible to notice.
Say hi,
At the far
Lily.
edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches have suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking. Another pair of torches is gone. I'm not scared of torches turning off. And then another. I don't know what kind of practical joke this is, but I already heard you in the... I'm not scared of a game.
Busy, busy, busy. Baza, baza, baza. Oh, my legs hurt. What the fuck?
I don't know why I just jumped down. I wasn't scared, but I felt compelled. I've never felt like that in my life. What is going on here? Things just went from strange to incredibly creepy in a matter of seconds. This doesn't just happen on a normal world, but Avery did say he found this world on a computer he got from a storage locker. So maybe this is just a world that the old owner of this computer created, and it's just some strange adventure horror map. Case closed. Except it's not, because the video files aren't the only thing in this Google Drive folder. If you remember, there's also this PDF, and opening it, we see this. My exploration into a strange tunnel I found in my Minecraft world. I've been playing this world for a while and just discovered this. This is my documentation of the search. Notably, when I installed Minecraft, this world came pre-created. Always thought that was a little strange, but I'm not really sure. This seems okay enough, but remember what Avery said earlier. He found this computer in a storage locker with Minecraft installed. Not he installed Minecraft and this world was there. Admittedly, it's a pretty small difference, but still, why the conflicting stories? Something you may have also noticed that I can't explain is why Avery's name is now censored. He wasn't censored in the previous videos, but now he's both hidden his name and changed his skin, almost like he's hiding from something. But there's still a lot more of this footage, and if you want to figure out what's happening in this world, why it exists, and what it has to do with Avery, we have to keep watching as Avery runs from whatever it is that's hiding in this world. Avery says he has to keep moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why, and the only way to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water before him and swims down into a junction of tunnels. After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to navigate through the dark water, the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. Until it opens into a giant cavernous room with just enough space at the top to get a bit of air. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery scans around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see. And then he hears it. The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he blocks himself in, we can hear the whispers again. Quieter, but still there, as if they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out, but Now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls again, no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally, he rolls the dice. The tunnel leads to another junction, and again, after a slight hesitation, Avery goes left. The tunnel continues, getting narrower and narrower and narrower, until finally he finds himself in the oasis. Avery looks around the room, strangely, almost peaceful. He's in the middle of a square pond, flanked on all sides by the same uncanny trees. He stares off at the water for a second before towering up and getting a good look around. Nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. For a moment, he pauses before something snaps, and he crafts a boat to get to the center of the lake. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further. If this thing comes through here again, it has to break that, but I need to explore. He sails back to the edge of the lake. What it can't avoid doing is loading the chunk. Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple: set a trap for the thing following him. But wait, did I miss something? Because how does he know that something is following him? Sure, those torches turned off, and yeah, we heard those noises before, but there's actually an even stronger piece of evidence I haven't mentioned. Remember when Avery said this? "I already heard you in the cave." Well, it took me a second to figure out what exactly he meant, but then I heard this. It's almost impossible to make out, but on a few separate instances, while Avery was walking in that original cave, he would randomly pause for a second or two, and now we know why. He was listening. Every time he paused, for just a brief moment, you could hear footsteps on the stone behind him, stopping just a fraction of a second too late to be quiet. But okay, if something is somehow really following Avery in a single-player world, how can he stop it, or at least get it to reveal itself? Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Like he said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swim through the hole and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and unloads the chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set. Now it's time to explore. Avery walks through the trees, avoiding the lake so as to not load the chunk. Every inch of this place looks exactly the same. The same gray floor, the same strange trees. Everywhere he looks, there's nothing. Until, just in the corner of the screen, there's a sign. But it's hard to spot, and Avery doesn't seem to see it, and he keeps walking. Then he pauses. Interesting. That's the third sign we've seen so far. What? Where? Third sign? I've only seen this one. But it turns out he's right. Going back and re-watching the footage, just barely hidden in the corners of the screen are two other signs Avery crossed earlier in the recording, though he gave no indication at the time that he noticed them. Avery goes back to all three signs. All of them are blank, so I don't know what to make of it, but Avery seems to be satisfied, and he explains why. These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction. And he's right. If you line up a coordinate grid with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection, it hits one specific point. He also pulls off this brilliant move, which you rarely see from these protagonists, by turning the difficulty to peaceful because he ran out of food. Absolutely genius. But with that said, he returns to the lake to check on his contraption. And nothing showed up. Items are still flowing out of the hopper, which would be impossible if anything had loaded the chunk. Avery tells us exactly this. Nothing came through. Not to mention, the blocks are still in the same position Avery placed them to plug the hole. Now that he's shaken off whatever was following him, Avery sails back, presumably to find the intersection points of the signs.